Don't get angry at me today for this sermon. Jeremiah chapter 9. Jeremiah chapter 9, verses 1 through 9. This is from the New King James Version of the Bible. Jeremiah chapter 9, verses 1 through 9. Oh, that my head were water, and my eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughters of my people. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place for wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they are all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. And like their bow, they have bent their tongues for lies. They are not valiant for the truth on the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they do not know me, saith the Lord. Everyone take heed to his neighbor, and do not trust any brother. For every brother will ultimately supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander. Everyone will deceive his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies, and weary themselves to commit iniquity. Your habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know me, said the Lord. Therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, I will refine them and try them. For how shall I deal with the daughters of my people? Their tongue is an arrow shot out. It speaks deceit. One speaks peacefully to his neighbor with his mouth, but his heart he lie in wait. Shall I not punish them for these things, says the Lord? Shall I not avenge myself on such a nation as this? Hopefully you don't get mad at me, but the sermon topic today, the reason why we are in this mess. The reason why we are in this mess. As we look at what's going on, I don't know whether you have been watching the impeachment proceedings or not. But as your pastor, I stand here and say it's a crime, shame. God is not pleased. Ushers, you all can sit down. He is not pleased. And I was on my job last week when I picked up my Bible, because I tell you all the time before I read or do anything in the morning, I read my Bible. And I was sitting at my desk and I picked up the Bible and I started reading. And I started thinking about what we are dealing with. And it's a shame. I watched 99 elected officials stand up, raise their right hand, and they swore that they would uphold the law. They swore that they would be fair in their dealing with this situation. But as the proceedings took place, all kinds of negativity came about. And I penned this, the reason why we are in this mess. Hatred is running rampant.
Yes, yes, it is.
People all over the world taking for granted that they can just pick up a gun.
Yes.
Amen.
And just kill people
Amen.
at will. Our government is not doing anything about it. For those who have sit with me in Bible study, we have a modern day Nebuchadnezzar. Everything that our former presidents has put in place to benefit America.
Come on, Pastor.
This man is steadily tearing it down.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm not the dumbest either.
Come on, Pastor.
And my question that I ask is, how is it that folk that is supposed to be God-fearing
Yes, yes.
can allow one individual to sit there and do whatever he wants to do?
Amen. Amen.
And then supposedly God-fearing folk will sit there and allow him to do it and get away with it. It's a puzzle to me. But then it took me back to Old Testament days with the nation of Israel. God told them, you don't need no God but me. And as long as you keep your eyes on me, I'll do whatever is necessary for you to survive. But modern day Israel, which is us, modern day Israel, we have taken our eyes off of God. Corruption permeates our society. Proof of this fact is seen in all of the lawless, violent, immoral oppression, and unjust behavior that takes place every day within our communities and throughout the world. And Brother McGregor was singing, I heard him say just this weekend, there was a killing in Edwards. Satan is doing what he's supposed to do. Oh, y'all can talk back to me if you want
Yes,
to.
he is.
What is that, Pastor? He is on his job. Satan never sleeps. They say slumber or sleep. But us, as God's children, we take vacations on God. Ought to have some help. When we study human nature and observe the abuse of people, especially children, the savage treatment of the entire segment of the population by some leaders in government, the truth of depravity grieves the sensitive heart. I was listening to them talk the other night about this tax break. And here is a billionaire and over says that the tax break that he received or that was given out to the rich and not to the poor.
Yes, yes.
We as, and they also say there's no such thing now as middle class. You either rich or you're poor. You either have or you have not. I wish I had some help in here. But here is a man. And I did some in-depth study on this man, and this man was so hurt, he said that he wished he had never been born. He said, I wish I could have died in my mother's womb. But God told him as a child, he said, I want you to go and talk to my people. In other words, I want you to go and preach to my people. And the message that I want you to tell them is, I'm tired of their wickedness. They have taken their eyes off of me. I want you to tell them that because they are so stiff-hearted and stiff-necked, that I am going to punish them. One of the books I read said he was about 13 or 14 years old when he was called to preach. And he said, I am a young man. And I hope you catch what I'm getting ready to tell you. It's not about age. And y'all can talk like that. He made a donkey talk. How come he can't let that 12 or 13-year-old boy talk? And then he said, I get so tired, I get so hurt sometimes, and I can attest to it. I put sermons together and I stand up and I try to preach to you to get you to open your eyes, but it seems as though I'm preaching and the words are just resounding over the building, but nobody is digesting what I'm saying. Now, let me help you. All of us, you never will be perfect. I need to help you with that. If you are trying to be perfect down here, you're fighting a losing battle. Simply because all of us are what? Sinners saved by grace. Yeah. But this boy, I can understand now when they called him the weeping prophet. Because he would go out and preach to the children of God, and they would not listen or heed to what he was saying. They were still doing their own thing. And that's the way it is in the world today. Oh, when we were in the cotton fields. Last night I had a steak, but I can remember when I used to eat the rabbit, the coon, the squirrel, the rabbit, the deer, and put a smile on my face when I was eating them. Didn't know nothing about no steak. I knew a little bit about stew meat, but I didn't know nothing about no steak. But today, I walk into Sam's Clubs and I look over in the meat department and I see one steak. Costs one steak now. One steak, $20-something.
All right.
One. Uno. One. About that. $20-something. But you know what I tell the Lord? Thank you. And well, Pastor, why are you looking at it the same thing? Can I help you? Because Mary, if I wanted to buy that steak, I could just run in my pocket and buy that $20-something steak. But I can remember when I couldn't do that. And this is what God is saying. Not you, but when your folks was out in the wilderness, and they had to eat the fowls that I sent down to them. and bread that would fall down from the sky. They were all right. They were taken care of because they were what? They had liberty because I had freed them. But today, go in the store and buy whatever you want. But what have we done? We have taken our eyes off the Lord. They called Jeremiah the weeping prophet because he was so hurt as to what he was witnessing. They called Jeremiah and said, one time he said, I ain't gonna preach
Yes, yes.
no more.
Come on, Pastor. Come on, come on.
And I can agree with him because sometimes I stand here and I put sermons and everything together. Y'all do know you have to do research to put these sermons together now, just in case you didn't know. Yeah, I'm not standing up here coming out that Bible. I had to do some research to know what I'm talking about, where it came from to give a foundation. So it ain't just like you just pick up the Bible and it just jump out and slap it upside the head. I got news for you. And I can tell this is good when I haven't done what I'm supposed to do. I can't sleep on Saturday night. I wake up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I have to go in my study and get my Bible and start putting this sermon together to tell you what thus says the Lord. Jeremiah said, I ain't gonna preach no more. And he tried to walk away from it. But then it came to him, he said, but it's just like fire. The goodness of God is just like fire shut up in my bones. I have to tell her that. There I go. See, I just preached this sermon about they call me foolish anyway. Because what? When I talk about the goodness of God, I get excited. God has been too good to us for us to do him the way that we do. Looking at a young man from his talking to me, the condition of the car that he got out of. Even though he lost both of his legs, are y'all with me? It could have been his head cut off. Y'all ain't with me. But God took his what? His leg so he could be a testimony that God is good. Oh, y'all ain't with me. I know we'll forget it when the day we roll him down in his wheelchair. He told me, he said, this ain't gonna be my appointment in a mile. He said, I'm not gonna let this keep me down. And today, last second Sunday, I wanted to give him his communion. He said, I'm gonna walk. He got up and walked, came and got his communion. Today, when they were putting tithes and offering, he didn't sit there, he got up and walked. Although he has what? Prosthetic legs. Oh, y'all don't know. Jeremiah said what? If I don't want to do it because you're hard-headed.
Tell it, Pastor. Tell it.
This is Jeremiah's famous temple sermon. One of the major annual festivals going on in Jerusalem. And it was attended by pilgrims from all over the nation.
Yes, yes.
Standing at the major entrance to the temple, the prophet preached this message to a large crowd of people who had come to worship. And the topic was the corruption of society
Yes, yes.
and God's judgment. I want you to listen to that. I'm going to tell you again. The corruption of society and God's judgment. In other words, God is not going to let us get away with being a corrupt people. The corruption of society was clearly seen in the glaring sins of the people. Remember now, Jeremiah was standing in the courtyard of the temple preaching to a large crowd that had come to worship. These were the regular worshipers, the most important religious people who were the strongest supporter of the temple and other religious leaders. Now, let me help you with something now. I don't care how much money you bring in here, how much money you put in the basket, how much money you put in that envelope. If your heart ain't right, and I know this is demonic, if your heart ain't right, God is not pleased. You all do remember, the offering that was being given, and the people were putting large sums of money in the basket. But they were doing it with a grudge. And that's the way some folks are today. They give the money to the church, and the first thing they holler, they give it to the preacher. That's the reason why, that's a sad testimony for the reason why some folks don't come to church. Because you were giving it to the preacher. But they put all of their money in there, but it was one woman, one little old lady that was noticed, and she put hers in there, and Jesus said, you see that one right there? She put a little penny in that basket. Watch the conjunction. But she did it with a smile on her face. It don't do you no good. Whatever you do for that matter if you're not doing it from you. Huh? And that's the reason why you hear me say all the time, if you're doing it for me to pat you on your back, you may as well quit. Because I'm not going to do it. Because what? Only what you do for shall I? Oh, y'all don't know.
Come on, man. Come on. Tell you.
They were considered to be faithful among the religious of their day. But watch this. But they were not living for God. But they refused to obey his commandment and to do the right thing. Some way and somehow, they had to be made aware of their sin. Church folk today don't like for you to talk about sin.
Come on.
Because when I was putting this sermon together, can I tell you something? I was slapping my own self upside the head. Every time I went to bam! Bam! But I got to what? I got to preach what thus says the Lord. This is what is happening today. I wish somebody would talk back to me. God has sent his prophet to the temple for this purpose. To warn the people that if they did not repent of their sin, they were doomed to do what? Face his judgment. Look at what's happening to us today. I was reading on the internet the other day, the first thing, watch live now, watch live. Our president said when he was running, Medicare and Social Security he wouldn't touch.
Okay. Amen.
Let me try that again.
Yes, right.
Republicans, if any of y'all in here Republicans, I feel sorry for you. Just pray for me. The president says that he will not touch Medicaid and Social Security. Are you with me? But guess what he said last week? He said, I would if I had. He said, I would. Anytime this man is taking money from the folks that are defending the United States, anything that he can do to make himself look good, if that means mistreating God's children, he will do it. It's time for us that know how to pray that God will intercede and fix this thing. But he's going to do it. And can I help you with something? In his own time. He going to fix it. And when he fix it, ain't gonna be nothing nice. I have to ask him to strengthen me. I have to ask him to look on me right here at this stop sign. I pulled up yesterday, behind a Lincoln Town car, and on the back of it, it had Trump. The devil. Run behind him, just run up on him and hit him. That's the devil. But I thank God that I got some So Jesus in there. What the song say, the battle, it belongs to. So what we are faced with, I need y'all to help me. What we are faced with now is not ours, but we got to do what? Trust in Him and stand still and watch Him work. Now, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy better be ready for what His will. And can I help you with something else? There's going to be some good getting caught up with the bad. I sang that song, this world is not my home. I'm just a stranger. In carrying out his mission, Jeremiah did not shrink from the task despite of how grieved he was. And his task was to do what? Preach to an adulterated people. What were their sins? You want to know? Y'all want to know what their sins were? Are you sure? Can I tell you what their sins were? I'm going to slap somebody upside the head now. Can I tell you what their sins were? First of all, they were committing adultery. Sexually and spiritually. Second of all, they were treacherous. Laugh in your face, but rip your back out. Do whatever they could to hurt you. They were unfaithful, disloyal, and this is one that, it was not untrustworthy. Third, they were liars and deceivers. Now watch that. I want to see if anybody gonna say amen on this one. They did not stand up for the truth. Look at what's happening in Washington, D.C. They committed sin after sin. They did not acknowledge God. Betrayed friends, slandered their friends and others. God is not pleased with us, and we are, all 8 of these things is happening today. The sin of the people broke Jeremiah's heart. He expressed the deep grief that he felt. The Lord had shown him that God's hand of judgment would bring destruction on the nation. Anybody in here? Seeing how thorough the destruction would be, the prophets cried day and night. It's the reason why they called him the weeping prophet. He cried over the people's sins, for judgment was coming for their sin. Sin is abominable, repulsive, and detestable to God. And Jeremiah has sensed God disgust over the people's sin and shame. Can I get some help in here? Yeah, we come to church and come with them phony smiles on our face. But then we can't stand to sit next to somebody in the church. I've seen it happen in churches that I've been in, and I've seen how folk talk about other folk. I've seen how folk, they rather lie on it and tell the truth. I've seen where folks couldn't work together. Oh, I ran up on it right here in this house. Folks can't get along with one another. In fact, Jeremiah had often longed to escape the corruption and filth of society. The utter degradation, the people's sin and shame. Jeremiah was so hurt. Watch what the preacher said. The preacher said, if I could, talk about the preacher now, God's hand-picked man, Jeremiah said, if I could build me a house out in the desert, I would move in the desert to get away from y'all because you're a bunch of phonies. I wish somebody, now you ain't gonna talk back to me. You'll see them hitting somebody upside the head. Jeremiah says society was nothing but a human cesspool. The reason why we're in this mess is because we don't know how to live. We don't know how to treat one another. The only thing God asks us to do is what? Have no other God. Nobody but me. You don't need nobody. Then we're going around here talking about money is the root of all evil. You need to stop that lie. Money is the root of all evil. But I can tell you what is the love. In other words, what you would do for money. This is exactly where we are headed. A cesspool of immorality, lawlessness, and violence. In that little small town of Edward, and Brother McGregor said somebody got killed. I'm quite sure everybody knew everybody in that little town of Edward. But the devil is everywhere. The unrestrained evil that was sweeping through the society. And the humor, the horror of sin of the people was sometimes too much for Jeremiah to bear. I wish he'd talk back to me. When reading about Jeremiah's deep emotion, many preachers could identify with him. I too have experienced the unresponsiveness of people when I stand up and preach the gospel. I shouldn't have to ask God, can I get a witness? I shouldn't have to ask, is there anybody in here? Are you going to help me? Because when I start talking about the goodness of God, the likes and the don't likes of God, you should be able to tell me, come on, preacher, and preach the word. I wish I had some help. The prophets spelled out the sin of the people, a list that should be preached to every congregation and every generation of people. Can I get a witness? The people were guilty of committing sin both spiritually and sexually. Spiritual adultery means that they had turned away from God and they were worshiping other gods. Can I get a witness? They were also guilty of lusting after their neighbor's wives and committing sexual immorality and engaging, and watch the word, in today's sexual orgies. Are you going to help me? The people were guilty of being treacherous, that is, being disloyal and unfaithful to their neighbors. Are you going to help me? I can remember when I was growing up, when my mama and daddy would get ready to leave home, they would go over to Mary Davis' house and give Mary Davis a set of keys to our house and tell her that we are getting ready to go to Vicksburg. Want you to keep an eye on our house while we're gone. And sometimes she would even tell her, feed my chickens the whole and slop the house while we're gone. But I stopped by today to tell you, it's so bad you don't even want your neighbor to know that you're not in town. Are you going to help me? Simply because you don't want them to be the one to break in your house while you're gone. I come by today to tell you, God, help me say God. God is not pleased with us. Can I get a witness? The people were guilty Their tongue was stretched out like a bow and arrow, ready to shoot out lies. Folks today rather lie on you than tell the truth. They're crooked and dishonest, but they try to increase their wealth and satisfy the lust of the flesh. Can I get a witness? The people were guilty for not standing up for what was the truth. Can I get a witness? The people were guilty of not knowing who God was and letting Him be a part of their lives. People were guilty of betraying their friends. No one could trust their neighbors. No one could even trust their closest associates. But they would use them in order to accomplish something for themselves. The people were guilty of slander. Even friends were deceiving and slandering one another. I've got to go now. But if you stay by me next week, if it's the Lord's will, I'll bring you part 2 of why we are in this mess. The people didn't want to hear about God, but I stopped by today to tell you we need to throw all of that garbage behind us. We are living in a treacherous society. We are living in a time where there is no respect. We are living in a time when preachers are calling right wrong and calling wrong right. We living in a time where preachers don't want to stand up and tell you what thus said the Lord. But I'm on my way. I got to go now. But I want to tell you about the man who hung on Calvary's cross. That man who died on Calvary's cross. That man that they pierced in his side, ripped his hands, and nailed his feet. That man who went in the ground, stayed there Friday night. That man who stayed there all day Saturday. That man who was right there Saturday night. I got good news for you. Do you want me to tell you the good news? He died. Oh, you don't hear me? He died. He died. Do you know he died? Do you know he died? Let me hear you say that. Say he died. Say he died. He died. When it is well. Stay there. Friday night. Stay there. Saturday night. Dead. D-E-A-D. Dead. But I got good news for you. Did I tell you what else happened by the foolishness of what I'm doing right now? Help me say it, honey. Help me say it, honey. Sunday morning, shout out. Part two will be next Sunday. God is not pleased. But you know what? He has given us, if you can breathe, if you can see me, He has given us the opportunity to be forgiven of our sins. Right where you are today, you can ask Him to forgive you of your sins. The reason why we are in this mess is simple. Can I tell you? Don't fool me. Can I tell you why we're in this mess? We have taken our eyes if we are trying to do it on our own. You can't do it on your own. You have to trust in the Lord. As the song says, how did I make it? How did I make it this far? How did I do it?